Humidor shop talk. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Sports. Humidor shop talk. Cigars. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk.
Yo, what's up? What's up, man? It's your boy, Mr. SmokeFella. We here on this brisk, cold-ass Sunday morning, but, hey, this is what we do. Hey, we love to give you the sports the way we do it in the cigar lounges, straight, no chaser. So, man, before I bring in the crew, I got a couple of clips of the Bears, because we talking Bears today. We going in strong. So, man, Sean, give me them clips of the Bears, and then we going to get right into it.
Now they're going to run crossers, people across the field.
Third and goal blitz. They got him. Goff had no option but to take his losses back at the 18th. Edwards and Dexter both just busted across. The number one third down defense in the league they're going against here, needing the 13 yards. Williams running for it, and Gallup's about 2 yards shy before Campbell had the angle on him. He's got here, 2nd and 6.
Oh, what a play call.
It's to Gibbs, to the 10. Ball comes out, and it's recovered by Chicago's Dexter. And that's, again, the first fumble lost by the Lions at home in 1 year since last Thanksgiving. In each of the last 3 games. Here's Campbell in the end zone, at the goal line, firing it. Komet has it. Stepping up in the pocket. Doesn't release it. Now taken off. Got the pass away. And there's Keenan Allen with the catch.
Huge play for Chicago right there.
One of the little half-hearted play action. Now he's looking around. He's going to take it for the first. Good piece of running. Oh, no.
Oh.
That did not look good. The third quarter. Williams down the field. He's got Keenan Allen, and it's a touchdown for Chicago.
Bear fans get excited. All of a sudden, you needed a spark. You got it on the 3rd and 15, which felt like a must.
So, man, listen. I'm finna bring my crew in. I got my man, Angry Man, straight off the East Coast, baby. Where you at? You on mute. You on mute, man.
How about now?
There you go.
I'm in Depressionville. That's where I'm at. I'm in complete Depressionville. But, you know, I'm out here in Delaware, man, visiting some friends of mine. You know, I wanted to jump into the Atlantic, but I couldn't drive far enough to get to it. So that's where I'm at.
Well, don't stop trying.
Damn.
Hey, I got my man, Sir SmokeFella, PG
Sir.
69.
That's a terrible name to have.
Hey, what up, fellas, man? I'm going to be in and out with the volume just a little bit because I got a guy putting up a TV, so you might hear him drilling his holes right now, which ain't going to be too much.
Drilling his holes, huh? That's real smart to say. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you for that. Yeah.
You know,
drilling his holes.
No, did he drilling holes?
That was pause. For real, for real.
Whatever.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, Sly.
Yeah.
Hey, Sly. I like that. I like that.
They drilling
I like
his
that.
holes. What?
Hey, Sly, don't be on his team because he one told you walk west until you hit the ocean.
Yeah, he did.
Hey,
He did do that.
it is what it is. I got my boy Lucky Lefty, and he's singing, "Oh, happy day.
Damn.
Oh, happy day."
While I'm drinking mimosas. Yes, I'm celebrating.
You drinking mimosas?
As bad as it was a tough loss, but the end result is that jackass is gone, and I'm good with it. So let's get to it. We got a whole lot.
Sound like the GD's coming through the door.
And my man Sly felt bad for him watching that Raiders Chiefs game yesterday.
Oh my God. Don't remind me. God.
I felt bad for you, man.
Man, you should have seen me watching it live.
Well, that was quite a travesty.
You probably do better if you could convince Gandy not to be a Raiders fan. Your team might do a little better.
You ain't lying. He the problem.
I know we'll talk about it later, but
Please
the Chiefs are the most unimpressive 11-1 I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. But right now,
Shit.
we talking Bears.
What up, TB?
TB.
We talking Bears, baby. So, man, I mean, you know, that second half, we saw some beautiful, beautiful plays, man. And we was like, man, they was moving the ball around. They was going short. They was going long. They had the run game going. You know, you even had Tevinjenkins out there blocking way downfield for Swift. And it was just like, man, they cooking.
Without getting hurt.
Facts. Facts. They was cooking out there. And then here we go to the debacle. Situational and time management miscues. So, Lefty, what are your thoughts on it, man?
Well, I mean, if you want to give Flus credit for anything, he was always a decent adjuster. Like at halftime, like you noticed that they were always a little better in the second half. The issue is you always fell behind because you got off the slow starts, which that says a lot about your preparation throughout the week. If you constantly getting off the slow starts, and then you got to make these adjustments to come back. I didn't know. I guess when the Bears scored that touchdown last week, that's the first time they had led in the first quarter, like all year. So it just says a lot about preparation. You know, being a head coach it's the full gauntlet, not just one part. So Eberflus is a decent defensive coordinator, you know, decent in making adjustments at half and things like that. But time management, preparation, you know, was just the absolute worst. Like situational football was the absolute worst.
Didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like, man, how many times can we go into the end of the game where we didn't play good enough to get back into it? It's not like they got tired from trying to come back. They just
I don't know about y'all. The way the Bears have lost this year, I think I'd rather us just been getting blown out by 30 and just say we don't have a good team. Let's just say the Bears. I would rather just the Bears don't have a good team. They outmatched by everybody and get blown out. These losses, dumb time management, third, of course, the block field goal, the Hail Mary. Come on, man. It's like,
well,
the way you lose.
Slide,
to the
you said it to me earlier when we was talking. What did you say? The bad teams find a way to lose, and the good teams find a way to win.
Actually, my Raiders. It's simple as that. I mean, you know, that's just the way it is, man. The Bears, the Raiders, the Jets, let me see, Jacksonville. I mean, you know, they just find a way to lose some games they should win. That's just because they're just bad teams. The Bears can have the Jets got a better roster, but look where it starts at. It starts up top. Another thing for me is, and I know you're gonna get into it, Ben, and I don't want to jump ahead of you, but another bad move to me is making him the head coach. Thomas Brown, you should have made Washington the head coach and let Thomas Brown continuously develop Caleb. But again, you do an idiot move because that's what Bears do. They fired a man because of fans. That's what George do. I'm the one been saying George cares about the fans. So he fires the man. Then you made the wrong move, Poles, because he's an idiot too, by making Thomas Brown the head coach. You make Washington the head coach, let him call defense just like Flus was doing, and you keep Thomas Brown up in the booth. That's what you do. But of course, look at the Jets, because they're another idiot team, just like the Bears. They made the defensive coordinator head coach. The defense can't stop nobody now. So here we go. Here we go with another dumbass Bears move. So, hey, well, what can I say?
What's your thoughts on that, PG?
I had to agree with Sly. I think it was better for Thomas Brown to stay up in the booth. Seemed like while he was up there, seems like the offense was running a lot smoother, a lot better. But now he's going to be down on the field trying to focus on everything else. That's going to take a little bit back from Caleb. But back to what Damani was saying, I understand how you want to give Eberflus a little credit for being able to come back in the second half and make adjustments. Nah, bro. The only reason I'm taking that from him because we shouldn't have to make adjustment each and every damn game and still lose.
No, I agree with that.
Like you said, your preparation and everything else, it just sucked all together. So you coming back in the second half, we still playing from behind every time. Now, what I will say is that the team was able to overcome a lot of them deficits, but we still lost, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it's like
the problem is constantly falling into them deficits, though.
Exactly. That's the preparation part.
Yeah.
And without having a second pass rusher, Eberflus can pause some defense, but he got lapses at times even when it comes to that. You know, Jared Goff said it in the pregame. The Bears always play them tough. Jared Goff has had more of a hard time playing against the Bears than any other team in the league. He cannot figure Eberflus out. He couldn't do it. He could not do it. But the problem is Eberflus, like last year, 17 points up or 14, whatever, 15, whatever it was, he found a way to lose the game. He is just consistently, that's his problem. Now, he's going to be a good defensive coordinator. He's going to be a good defensive coordinator, period, point blank. That's his calling. But he is not a good head coach at all.
And that's kind of the fear with picking this next coach, because I know we all want the sexy play caller. You know what I'm saying? But if he can't be a good head coach, all good play callers are good head coaches. And if you're Ryan Poles, this it. Like, you got to really be careful with this hire, because just say Ben Johnson. Let's just say, I'm not saying he's going to be, but let's say Ben Johnson. If he come out and just sucks as a head coach, even though he's a good offensive coordinator, you're done. You're absolutely done. And I want to get back to something Sly touched on with the Thomas Brown thing. I'm with you, but the more I kind of think about it, like, if you keep an offensive coordinator, you bring in a new coach, it's a chance he ain't gonna be here next year, no way. So you got him in the building. You might as well see what he could do for these 5 games, and just kind of see. But as far as Caleb's development, it's a big chance he's gonna have a new coordinator next year anyway.
So I asked him this last night, Sly. I say the problem I have with this is we already know it's gonna be some changes next week, next season. So let's say let's say Thomas Johnson get in here and they went out. What do? Thomas Brown. If he went out as a head coordinator or head coach, what do?
You don't think with your heart, you think with your head. The bottom line is this. The Chicago Bears, for some reason, want Ben Johnson out of the division with them. Well, because Ben Johnson getting the head coaching job regardless. If the Bears don't want him, he either going to Jackson, he going somewhere.
He getting the job.
He gone. So the Bears don't have to necessarily go after Ben Johnson because I'm with Damani. He's getting the job regardless. And so is the defensive coordinator. So their whole team will be different next year. Yeah. So good, don't worry about Detroit. Go after who you think would be the best hire. The Bears, you hire Kevin Warren to do a fucking job, and you need to have Poles sit down. They need to work together because George don't care. Yeah. He just wants somebody to make the fans happy.
That's it.
You go figure out. You two sit down because George hands off. George fired the man because the fans wanted him gone. Okay, yeah. You figure it out. So George gonna say whatever makes the fans happy, make me happy. That's what you need to do because that's how George is. George only cares about the fans.
Yeah, but think about how this whole front office even developed. How ass backwards it happened, right?
Exactly.
It was so ass backwards. The McCaskies they were already interviewing coaches before they hire Poles, and then you give them 3 choices. Like, pick between these 3. And then And then you bring in Kevin Warren after Poles. You
make him his boss.
Bring his boss in after him.
And Kevin Warren.
You on mute,
Pat, you muted.
I said, and Kevin Warren, he's supposed to be there first and then Poles.
Right.
How'd that happen?
In normal organizations, that's how it goes. President, then the GM, then the coach. Not the Bears. We do
unless what they did in San Francisco, they brought them together.
Mm-hmm.
They brought San Francisco redid all that. They brought in both of them together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could do it that way.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it.
Bears just did this shit ass backwards because George McCaskey don't know. Only thing George McCaskey wants is a new stadium, and he want to make the fans happy. He can kill ass.
Hey, he trying to get that stake up so they can make that sale and when Virginia croak. Because they selling that team soon she gone.
Right, he done.
They done with the team.
Yeah, George done. George
they gonna cash out when
George don't want no parts of the Bears no more.
So the team,
what Pat froze. Hey, think about this though. Is this the first ever? I thought about it this morning, right? Is this the first ever black team president, black GM, right now black head coach, even though he interim, and a black quarterback all at the same time? Is that a first ever?
That's the first ever, and it's the worst ever.
But you know what? Another thing about the Bears, man, they got no discipline, man. All the penalties. Good Lord.
Culture, man. Culture. But that's what we were talking about at the last show. That's what I was saying, man. I want a not necessarily Bill Belichick, but a Belichick type that's gonna bring a culture here, man. Just the silly, the losing. This what happened this year was a total embarrassment. We know we had the spotlight on the Bears because of Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. So the spotlight been on us. We ain't never seen this much Bears media in the offseason. I don't think ever. We've never seen this much Bears media. On Hard Knocks, you got all this going on. And then this is what comes out during the season. Start off 4-2. People start talking. Some people, Nick Wright had you going to the Super Bowl. Everybody had you 10 wins or more. And then we look up and this whole shit show starts. It's a total embarrassment, man. They had to move Eberflus. Eberflus was done after the Patriots game.
We didn't talk about the Green Bay game.
He was done Eberflus was done after the Patriots game.
No, he could have. That Green Bay, that Washington, that Minnesota, Detroit.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of.
Coming out that bye against Washington was embarrassing. Coming out that bye the way they came out. But when you lose to the Patriots,
like that,
probably the worst team, the way you did at home, giving up a team that couldn't sack a quarterback, and all of a sudden they look like the damn 85 Bears. Like it's a total shit show, man. It was embarrassing. The whole thing. I honestly and the Bears have had some bad teams, but as a Bears fan, this is I'm probably the most embarrassed because we've had such a spotlight on the team. It's kind of embarrassing being a Bears fan right now.
Hey man, my cousin that living
it's embarrassing to be a Bears fan. Imagine how it is to be a Raiders fan.
Hey, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing and stressful. It's
the Raiders fold after that game. You best believe they fold after that game. You'll see videos here pretty soon. You know they fold. They had to win something.
Listen. They won the fight though. You know they won the fight in the
stand. You know they won the fight.
They went up there and
who was that? Good morning, Smoke Fries. How are you?
Hope that was a typo.
I'm thinking it was.
Well, we know Brandon was drinking last night.
Well, that autocorrect
was.
That autocorrect is a beast.
But you know what? You'll see. I don't like Thomas Brown being the head coach right now, but you know what? You might bring in if Caleb continues to do good. You know they might talking to Thomas Brown still being able to call plays, whoever they hire, and keeping him on the staff. Yeah. And whoever they hire might be okay with that.
Yeah,
they might be okay with that. So I mean, you don't always think that Thomas Brown got to get fired. He just
would
got
be a
paid.
bad idea, especially the way he's got. It seems like he got him moving in the right direction, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you, for all the Caleb haters, including that dude that don't know anything, his name is Keith Millhouse.
Agreed.
Caleb has broke, which is not saying much about the rookie records for the Bears, but he's also what did he tie the most
consecutive without a pick.
Yeah, consecutive without a pick. What do you got? Almost 300, 280 some passes?
Yeah.
Without an interception?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, the boy, everybody says the boy is playing
keep
good.
on the mute.
Ben, you putting me on mute, bro?
No, bro.
No.
I don't know why I keep jumping on mute then.
Well, I mean, when you got a laptop as cheap as yours, that's usually what happens. But, you know,
What you
hey,
say?
man, no, I said you're a good guy. Hey, look, you know, it's terrible, man, but you know what?
Hey, left.
As Bears fans, we already wishing for next season.
Yeah.
But ain't we tired of that though, man? Like ain't we tired of can't wait till next year's shit?
I've been waiting for two teams since 2006 and 2000, and I still ain't got that.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting no Super Bowl this year or nothing, man, but at least to be competitive. You know what I mean? At least to be like this team, there's no way this team should be 4-8. What's that? Aren't they 4-8? Whatever. There's no way this team should be 4-8.
Actually, it should be reversed. They should be about 8-4.
At the very least 6-6, 7-5, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But give them credit. They match up well with Detroit, and let's talk about it. Detroit, the best team in the league. But from what I'm seeing, the way they rolling over cats, like you got to put them, or they're in a conversation.
There was a lot of it was something else that caught my attention in that game, and there was a lot of blown calls that should have went against Detroit in that game, bro. Did you see the one where one of the last clips that came up is when Caleb was running out of bounds, the dude hit him low on his legs.
Yeah.
You know, and then they told Keenan Allen whole helmet off his head.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Time out. Let me pause right here. What the hell is with his head? Is that a look he going for? He going for the George?
Maybe a George Jefferson fan. I don't know, man.
Going for the George?
I don't get it. I don't know why he won't shave that shit off.
I'm gonna tell you right now. One of y'all come in like that, we holding y'all down, and it's all you gonna hear.
No, forget that razor.
Well,
razor.
Actually, I think I seen Lucky like that one day.
You ain't never seen me like that. I say it every day.
Well, Pat, I did when we got to Houston.
Oh, here we go.
When we got to Houston,
bullshit their story.
When we got to Houston, man, we was tired and drinking. He had a hat on, the whole rip. And then that morning, I'm like, oh, man, I was trying to go use the bathroom. This dude in there with Nair, the bottle of Nair sitting on his foot was up on the toilet. And I was like, what did you do? He was like,
Why was
That's the part of the story I don't get, Pat, is the foot up on the toilet. Like,
right, I just said, why was his foot up on the toilet?
I guess that's his move. I guess that's his move, man.
What was going on there, man?
Hey, there's some things in life that you wish you could have never saw, and I wish I never saw that, man. It's just like, man,
you must have been dreaming that, because that didn't happen. But what Pat was saying with the blown car, that horse collar was big.
Yeah, it was.
Because that was third down, and they were getting off the field, and Detroit went down and scored after that penalty. But I mean that's some of those calls are game changers, but it's been happening like that all year.
Yeah,
all year.
So we got another clip for the game, man. Sean, throw that other clip up. We got so much hope. You know what I'm saying? And then to lose in the manners that we be losing, those are the worst things in the world, man. Like you said earlier, Lefty, blow us out.
Yeah,
blow us out, man.
You'd rather just say you lost to the better team, like like we ain't good right now. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be what it is. But I don't see a horrible team talent wise. I see a horribly coached team. It's a horribly coached team.
You go ahead and run it, Sean.
I hope it ain't them last.
Spot out in the NFL.
Option wasn't there. Looks for a second one. Finds it. Odunze at the 50. After 19 yards on that play, they go to Swift. Blockers up ahead. Able to shed that one. And now Swift taken off. Again with a lineman in front of him. Jenkins leading the brigade.
This ball away if you don't have it open.
Williams looking right. And it's caught for the first down. Odunze is in a slot on the right. Williams looking left, though. Now looking to the right side. Finds him. It's Keenan Allen for the second time with a Chicago touchdown.
What a route. This is a Keenan Allen special.
All actuality, when Tevinjenkins got caught out there, I don't think he knew where he was.
He ain't never been that far downfield in his life.
And then when he tried to block, he just hit the ground, bro.
Yeah. And did they say what happened to Darnell Wright, man? You know, the last 2 sacks was given up by Bourne. Wright must have got hurt. Or they never.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think I seen something about a hamstring. I could be wrong. Could have been somebody else, but I think they said something about him having a hamstring injury.
Because I looked up and Bourne was in. Bourne gave up that big the one to end the game, that big sack. That was Larry Bourne. So I was wondering what happened to Darnell Wright. There was another sack he had gave up. So
and you know what? On that last sack, it's like, okay, man, 2-step drop, ball got to go. That
was a draw. It was a quarterback draw play.
Yeah, and it was
But by the time he took his last step back to fake everybody out,
was in his face.
Was on him. We had him.
Mm-hmm.
So it was what, and I didn't like that call. I like Thomas Brown, but some of his calls can be questionable. A quarterback draw right there.
Not the best call.
Yeah, and Caleb was cooking. Like Caleb was cooking, man. I just didn't think that was a conservative, safe call because that was let's run this quarterback draw and get enough yards to go for the field goal. When man, go for the win. What the hell you got to lose? Go for the win, man.
So even if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do that to get a couple of more yards and then go for the field goal, why not? You got running backs they've been eating too. Why not give it to your running back and let them get the yards for you instead of trying to pull a quarterback sneak? Sure. And you know these dudes ain't blocking worth of crap.
Yeah.
Free ball.
Like I said, I like Thomas Brown, but that's a questionable call in that spot. Like that's definitely playing it safe. When you told Caleb last week against Minnesota, go out and be Superman. Let him be Superman. Let him go out and do what you do. Like don't.
So if he's trying to, you know how you got an OC trying to be super smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I got him on this one. They ain't gonna expect it.
Right. They ain't ready for it.
And they get blown up, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
You should have kept on pushing the needle like he was doing and trying to get cute.
And in all actuality, man, I was really cheering for the comeback because Detroit was being real damn disrespectful with the little goofy ass plays they was running with the lineman about to throw a pass. It was almost like they was clowning us, man. For that first half, they was like, man, they was really clowning us like that.
Well, that coach don't have no respect for nobody in the league. You know that.
I'm like,
He got no respect for nobody. They said that he called the most. He go for it on 4th down the most in anybody the last 2 years.
Oh yeah.
He disrespected.
Well, that's what lost them the NFC Championship game last year.
That is true.
A couple of those 4th downs he went for and didn't get.
But the thing is, that's who he is. So it's not like he tried to come out of a trick bag and nothing. That's who he is. He gonna win it or he gonna lose it the way he is. So I gotta respect him on that. And he did come to the press conference and say, you know what, that was on me. He didn't try to sugarcoat, put honey on it, and then try to sell us some shit.
Oh my God!
So basically, he didn't do the Matt Eberflus.
Facts.
How bad did Matt Eberflus lose that press conference? He lost the game by 3 and the press conference by 40. It was absolutely he got blown out in the press.
He got blown out with press conferences.
Hey man, is it cold at home?
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. 20s.
It's 18 degrees, boy.
Right.
Probably 8 with the wind chill. It's cold outside.
It ain't cold out?
I was in the 30s, 40s.
Oh, no. No, it's 18 here.
Right. That's good weather for you to do a lake plunge, Sly.
Hey, man, shut up, man. I see how the Bulls lost that game, and I had to bet on them last night.
Hey,
Well,
Sly, you going to San Fran next week?
You should have consulted with me with them going against Boston. I could have told you don't lose your money.
The Bulls had that game won. Now you need to stop that. The Bulls play good.
I ain't say they play good. I ain't say they didn't play good. They play good. They weren't gonna beat Boston though.
Before we get to
I'll be there next week, Damani. In depression,
the baby Bulls.
They gonna be depressed.
If you
my depression mode
is, if you got one shot, one selection, who you going with? Bears coach. Fly.
That man, nobody know. I don't know who they gonna go with.
If you made them one, you got the one call to offer somebody a job. Who are you gonna offer?
Man, I don't know, because the money got me shook on these offensive coordinators. It's hard. The money that made me scared of Ben Johnson, old boy down there. I don't want to hire another defensive-minded coach. We can't go through that. But it almost might be the smart way to go.
Yeah.
You almost need to pick up the phone and call Ohio State's own Mr. Mike Vrabel.
So, hey, Ben, so give some options. So, Belichick out there, Vrabel's out
there. Belichick's 1,000 years old.
I know. I'm just throwing the names out there. They say the names they throwing out there right now.
His name is Mike Vrabel.
He's Ohio State alumni. Get his name right.
Brady, Buffalo's offensive coordinator. Brady, his name's out there pretty heavy.
Joe Brady?
Yeah, his name's out there big time.
Never.
Yeah, Joe Brady name is out there.
He the one. He the reason why Cincinnati picked number 1. Forget him.
They saying Cliff Kingsbury's out there.
Now, remember, that's everybody wanted him last year.
Now that's who Caleb.
You want him as the OC, not the head coach.
Caleb gonna want Cliff. Oh no.
Yeah,
and Joe Brady runs a beautiful offense at LSU and in Buffalo.
Hey, don't Caleb got
his name is hot. His name is hot out there.
But he only had Jamar Chase and the man that plays for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, facts.
Don't Caleb got some kind of clause in his contract too where he can sign off on the coach?
No.
Nah.
You sure?
No.
Remember, he asked for shit like that. He was asking for everything before he got drafted.
They said he was not.
There was a lot of rumors, man.
Man, that was fake news, just kind of like your height.
They was trying to get the Bears.
Right.
Slide. I like that slide. I like that.
Damn, you knocked
it. I don't like that slide.
High school talking about
he's taking people off camera.
Yeah, he said he's 6 feet tall, dude. You 5'7".
Oh, TB said he got that clause. I have to look that up.
TB don't know.
That's what I thought. He got that clause where he can sign off on the coach.
TB don't know what he's talking about. TB watched too much internet.
Who said they're 6 feet, Sly? Who said they're 6 feet?
You ain't never heard.
Ben said he was 6 feet. I said it was his height.
Never.
That was his height at Mendel. He said his height at Mendel was 6 feet.
I'm 5'11", and I've been proud of it because I gave you butt.
They was fudging his stats, talking about he's 6 feet.
If you 5'11", the money weigh 115.
And we know that ain't true.
Are y'all together down there?
Cool.
Bloodline?
Bloodline
down there?
They bloodline for real.
The bloodline. I see.
Yeah.
But no, so I don't know. I say me and Sly, we talk about it all week, right?
You're right, though, the money. The money got me scared.
Defensive coach, but I want somebody that's gonna change the culture here, man. Like I want a Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh type here, man.
But the problem is, ever since Mike Tomlin lost his offensive coordinator, he ain't been able to get it right. The problem is when you bring in them coaches, look at John Harbaugh. Harbaugh had to fire all his coaches.
I get it, Sly. But the one thing about them, they can coach a team.
They constantly win, man. They constantly put winners on the field.
So to answer your question, if you want him who came in to change the culture, because Tennessee should never fire Mike Vrabel. That was idiotic.
Right.
So
that's my choice.
Yeah, you take
That's what I
Vrabel.
was thinking
Because
too.
Vrabel gonna fire, he gonna cut players and coaches if they don't act right.
Yeah. And the one thing with those Tennessee teams, they was always tough up front. O-line, D-line.
Yeah, they was.
His teams are tough up front.
Well, Mike Vrabel's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Well, and he had Tannehill actually playing.
Facts.
Yeah.
Well, remember,
that big dude back there named Derrick Henry helped with that too.
That is true. That is true. But they shipped him out of Miami like Old Valley on
I'll tell you this.
And they did have a stud wide receiver at the time too.
He was
like really him too.
He had AJ Brown, right?
He had AJ Brown, so he had a stud receiver and running back.
The GM destroyed Mike Vrabel team, not Mike Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, the owner fired the GM when he traded AJ Brown when he scored 3 TDs on him.
Oh, did.
Right. Remember that? The owner said, "You fired." He fired him.
He didn't even make it out to the press conference.
Hey, Damani. It was just how Sly said that. Sly said he scored 3 touchdowns. He looked there like, "You fired."
Am I lying, the money. He looked right over the box.
That very next week he was fired.
He was up there in the box like.
No, he was sitting next to him. He was sitting next to him. When AJ Brown scored the 3 touchdowns, he looked over. "You're fired," and he was gone.
Hey, Slide.
So now you're talking about somebody getting fired on the spot.
Remember the little note that the girl would send you in class? He sent one from the box.
Right. Dude, you traded him because he had to sell the owner something to trade AJ Brown.
Yeah.
When he scored 3 touchdowns on him, he said, "Well, why did I trade him?"
And that was prime AJ Brown.
It was.
He said, "Why did I fire him?" He said, "Why did I trade him?" Old boy came up with something he didn't like. He got fired.
Yeah.
Right after that game, he was fired.
Yeah.
He was gone.
So I said he looked over there at the box like, "You fired."
You fired.
Just pack up.
He was sitting next to him in the box. He said, "Security,
hey,
get him up out of here."
You talk about a classic firing, that was it.
Yeah. and while you bullshitting, Warren may do polls like that next year if this coaching thing don't go right.
You ain't lying.
Might not get through the year.
You ain't lying.
I don't know if he's Lefty. I don't know if he's safe now.
He not.
I think he okay.
I don't know if he like 99% safe, man. I think he might be 79.5.
He might be. He might be 60-40.
I think because he didn't. Like they just gave him 3 candidates to choose from. This time they're gonna give him the full, the full thing.
So this is it. I think Kevin Warren finna do what the Bears has never done. They finna hire an established coach because Kevin Warren ain't got time to be sitting.
I think so too.
Kevin Warren want to go worry about his stadium that Chicago ain't gonna give him no money for. Okay, he worried about that because we got all the migrants. That's what we paying for. But that's neither here nor there. He need to worry about that stadium. He ain't got time to be dealing with Poles and all his foolishness. He gonna tell Poles one thing: if you don't get that defensive and offensive line right, you're fired.
Next.
And we need to hire an established coach. Kevin Warren gonna use Poles gonna use every pick he got on the offensive and defensive lineman. You watch that team.
Oh, you better.
Those trenches gonna be full of first, second round picks.
And while y'all talking, number 13 still ain't bad. The Bears can't pay him though, but he need to figure it out.
We were saying that last night. Right?
He still got another year on the contract.
No, it got to be a friendly deal.
He only have one thing. We only have one. He only have 1 year. He only have 1 year.
I was listening this morning to ESPN 1000. They said though that he said he either want to stay here or go back to LA. So he don't really want.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Plus he'll be 33 next year. So ain't nobody finna break the bank.
He definitely ain't going back where he came from. Harbaugh like no.
Well, yeah, that's true. But he love it. It could be the Rams. But
yeah.
Keenan Allen is not getting a big
He'll
contract.
be in California, put it like that.
Yeah,
He
Keenan
won't be
he's
here.
not getting no big deal.
He's not going back to.
He might chase the ring if he can't get back there and stay here. He might chase the ring, go over there where they need receivers at Kansas City.
And you know what? In that second half, man, I will say I like the fact that Caleb spread the ball around. He didn't lock in on one person. Everybody was touching the rock. Doomsday, Allen, Moore. You know, it was like, man, you got Komet.
If Mike Vrabel become your coach, there's no more passing. He's only going to pass when it's necessary. He's old school. He's old school. Yeah. That's who the Bears need. He's going to run the football.
But what's wrong with that?
Period. Ain't nobody in the back like Caleb did. Empty backfield. Them days.
What's wrong with that?
He's gonna tell Swift.
There's nothing wrong with it as long as we got an offensive line who can create some lanes.
He's gonna tell Swift, you will be the second option.
So I'm gonna ask y'all.
You will start.
2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
Period.
Gibbs.
This is ridiculous.
And Montgomery, both of them got 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Because because he built the best offensive line in football. You got Penei Sewell. Can't nobody get around him unless you run him over with a dump truck. Okay. He haven't gave up a sack all year. How you gonna get around? He's 400 pounds. The problem is the Bears, he built the best offense. They black GM understood how to build a team while black GM is still lost.
Well, guess what? Tim Smith out there, pick him up.
He is. He was pretty good. Now, don't be disrespectful.
He is a Hall of Famer.
I'm just saying.
Pick up the phone, Pack. Give him a call. But Mike Vrabel, Roshan Johnson, if Vrabel get the job, will start. Swift will be second.
I said him.
You ain't gonna have to worry about. You ain't got to worry about that O-line if Vrabel is the coach. Trust
Not at all. Not at all.
Gonna have them boys. I'm telling you.
He gonna bring in the best offensive line coach he can find. The bottom line is this: Vrabel gonna run the ball, or Doomsday, you will get it third and short. Other than that, don't you worry about it. You gonna learn how to. You gonna learn how to block. You gonna learn how to block first. Because Derrick Henry, only thing his wide receivers had to do was block. AJ Brown was one of them.
Facts.
And I'm okay with that as long as it's a culture here, man. If that's our culture, tough, smash mouth, hit you in the mouth, you know, if that's what it is, accountability, you know what I'm saying? Like all the silly shit that was happening this year, all that talking to the media shit. I've listened to Big Cat Williams this morning. He talked about that, like, man, that stuff ain't supposed to get to the media. Those meetings. I ain't realize the Bears got 8 damn captains. They about them team in the league who got some stupid shit like that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and he's not here, but Kev say it all the time. What comes out is the stuff that they want to come out, and a lot of that stuff was straight, okay, sabotage it. Go ahead. Say what you got to say about the coach, you know. Because that last array of stuff after the Green Bay game, the way they was going in, talking about his mic, he didn't have a mic on, talking to the special teams coach and all that. Yeah. Dude, come on, man.
But I mean, you got 65-year-old Mercedes Lewis talking to the media. Why is he talking to anybody? He don't even play.
Keenan Allen went after him after the Detroit game.
The problem you forget is the players have relationships with some of the media too. They go off the record and talk.
A lot of media's are old players. They homies.
Right. So that's what happened. But you know what, fellas? Let me get off here, man. I gotta get ready to catch this flight. I'm coming home a little early.
Are you on your way back home?
Yeah, I moved my flight up to 5, so it's almost 1 here. I gotta pack and get out of here. So.
Well,
right,
how about Keita make it and you don't?
But we'll be on the
same flight though.
How's that possible?
Hey, tell her to put a kitchen knife in your bag. She'll make it.
Yeah, I won't make it. I won't make it then.
So TSA.
Hey, Keita, slip one in.
Hey, you gonna be back in time for Survivor Series?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Because what time it come on?
I think it started at 6.
Yeah, no, I'll just be getting off the plane.
What started at 6?
My plane come
Oh,
in.
Survivor Series.
My plane come in 6 hour time. I gotta get my bag, Uber back.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you'll catch the main event.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna just wait till it's all over and restart it.
Yeah, rewatch it.
Yeah, so I'll do that tomorrow. All right,
All
fellas.
right, man. Safe travels, bro.
All right, man, safe
All right,
travel,
appreciate
man.
it. All right,
I'm
later.
not saying that. Well, all right, man.
I can't believe Mr. Hilton ain't here.
Mr. Hilton.
Oh, I did leave him with a little tequila last night when I left.
That's probably why he's not here then.
Yeah.
Well,
Because he
And
got
it was
started
all-
late too.
And it was a bunch of Thornton alumni up there, and they was having a full Thornton versus everybody debate.
Well,
Then the Lakers was on, so there was a lot of shit talking going
Them
on.
guys that came in when I was leaving.
Yeah, a couple of them went to Thornton, and then of course the Lakers was on, so he was getting shit talking with that, and it was all type of stuff happening.
wow.
So it could have easily went left for him.
Ain't no, it ain't no coulda. It did. You already know that.
It clearly did. It went left for him.
It go
So,
left
okay.
on regular day.
Let's look at the top teams in every conference. You got the Bills at 9-2. If you're gonna give a percentage of them going to the AFC chip, what would you give the Bills, Pat? What percentage would you say that they're gonna be in that championship game?
Wow. Okay, so let's go with all the AFC.
Okay, AFC, you got the Bills. Right now, it's Pittsburgh in the north. But remember, Baltimore's right on their tail.
And they play again.
Right. Then you got Houston. And then you got KC. Bills, Steelers, Texans, Chiefs.
So for the championship game, I'm still gonna I'm gonna ride with. I see Buffalo and the Chiefs, and that's a 60-40.
Lefty.
To make it to the championship game,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Buffalo. I'm gonna put them about 89 to 90%. That they're gonna get to the AFC Championship game. Man,
Well, I put them two teams together. That's why I said them two teams together.
Yeah, I just for them particularly to make it, just because I thought early on, especially after the way Baltimore beat them early this year, I thought maybe they were about to like start a little downslide. But man, they bounced back, man, and they good on both sides of the ball. Like the Bills are good on both sides of the ball. And Josh Allen ain't nobody talking about in the MVP conversation. He should be talked about in the MVP conversation right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, they already talking about him, and they talking about him.
And his receiver's been hurt. He had a young receiver core, and they were hurt for a minute. They still rolling, man. So right now, Buffalo is.
Well, I'm like right now, and I'm going on record to say KC will not be in the AFC title game. These pulling out these wins at the end is not gonna fly in the playoffs, and I'm going on record to say it.
Yeah.
They won't be there. So Buffalo, I'm with you, Lefty. They had a high 80% to make it there, and I'm going with somebody out of the north, whether it's gonna be the Ravens or the Steelers, and I'm gonna go with
What up, Neil?
the Ravens.
What up now?
Well, the reason I disagree on that, because the Ravens defensively got some issues.
They secondary. Their secondary can't
Yeah,
cover.
their secondary can't stop you.
And well, that's saying a lot. But when did you think you would ever hear that about a John Harbaugh team? Well, their defense is the question mark. Like, that's who's gonna let them down.
Well, they got two DBs that's hurt, right? They starters were hurt. Now they playing with lesser talented individuals.
Well, the starters wasn't shit. So it ain't like you went backwards. Like, I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Lefty, you said it when we was talking earlier. KC is like the most overrated 11-1 team that's out there.
Unimpressive. I definitely.
You know what? It's like we want to say they overrated, unimpressive, which is true. But the problem is when it comes to winning, bro, they always find a way to win. Some of the wins was lucky. Don't make a difference. A W is a W, bro.
There's been some questionable calls from the referees in a lot of their tight games.
Well, if that's the case, we got with the some of the Bears lost. There was a questionable calls.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so that's a part of the game. It don't make a difference.
But looking at the
we beat ourselves.
How many 11-1 teams have a quarterback with Mahomes numbers this year? Like to be 11-1, but it says a lot about the defense.
That's
that KC defense is for real. KC defense is for real. Matter of fact, Steve Spagnuolo, don't be surprised if he ain't a head coach somewhere next year too. Old Spags could be back in the mix. Not saying here in Chicago, but
so
Spags could give him the head coaching job.
Here go Mahomes' stats. 2,979 yards. He 5th in the league. TDs, 19. He's 7th. Interceptions, 11. And his QBR is only 64. His stats is an all-time low for him.
Yeah.
It is. But when you listen to the analysts and you think about everything else, what wins championships? Defense.
Well,
defense wins championships.
So here's a question for y'all and everybody out there. Let's take the top 4 teams that you just named in the AFC and their quarterbacks. Let's take Pittsburgh and let's replace them with Baltimore. So let's take their quarterbacks: Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and CJ Stroud. You got 2 minutes you got 2 minutes, and you need a drive for a touchdown. Which quarterback you going with? You tell me which quarterback you going with.
Well, I'm going with Josh Allen, and past history, you got to go with Pat. You got to go with Mahomes. But look, here go Lamar's stats.
Pat, you on mute again.
Yeah, I know.
Here go Lamar's stats: 3,053 yards passing. He number 1. He got 27 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and his QBR 76. But that weak ass secondary they got is their problem.
Yeah, he got to score a lot of points.
Yeah, no choice.
He got to score a lot of points. That's it. So Pat, who you got out of those 4 quarterbacks? You got one drive. Who you giving the ball to?
I'm giving the ball to the next person who almost like Tom Brady in 2 minutes. I'm going Patty Mahomes, buddy. For real.
That's why it's always hard to count them out, man. I know they're not looking good right now, but
that is true.
Yeah.
But Josh
Gandy, I was only using the division leaders. I know Joe Cool. Joe Cool up there.
Right. Okay, so Josh Allen, 2,543 yards, TDs 18, interceptions 5, and he got a QBR of 73.
He finally cut down on those picks, huh? Last year, he was turning the ball over like crazy.
He was turning it over like apple turnovers, kind of like you were. Kind of like you was in high school.
Oh,
I knew a shot was coming at some point.
Yeah, it was coming. It was coming.
Oh.
You know, like
if I had better people catching the ball, I probably would have led the state and assist that year.
Wow.
Oh, and an update. I wish Sly was still on here. Michigan up 7-3, and they
are.
CJ Stroud, 2,875, 14 TDs, 9 interceptions, and he got a 51% QBR.
To his credit, man, his O-line ain't shit this year.
His O-line
is
not like it was last year.
His O-line, he pretty much got the same people, but I think they feeling themselves from what they did last year. Like, man, they can just come in and do the thing. That ain't happening.
Some injuries. I thought a couple of guys got hurt on that line.
Hey, who are the 4 quarterbacks? I didn't get the fourth one. Mahomes, Allen, Stroud, and who else?
We went Jackson instead of because
Jackson.
Pittsburgh would have been Russell Wilson, but we put
Okay.
Jackson.
All right, thanks.
So, and I'm even gonna pull up Russ just for shits and giggles. Let's see Russ. Let's see Russ.
And remember, Russ didn't start the season. So
He didn't start the season. So he got 1,000.
Was it the 4th game?
Something like that.
4th or 5th game?
1,212 yards, 7 TDs, 2 interceptions.
It was the 7th game. Justin was 4-2.
Okay, so he started the 7th game.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so he
ain't been in that damn long, huh?
Not at all. But man,
Sean, who you got out that list? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I need a TD to win. Who you going with?
Until someone takes the crown off his head, I gotta go with Patty Mahomes.
So I brought that up to say, yeah, KC looks unimpressive right now, even though 11-1, but it's hard to bet against that dude, man. Like the game is close.
You know as well as I do, bro. Casey don't give a damn.
They don't.
This is literally a formality.
Mm-hmm.
The regular season is just a formality. I mean, why are you going to waste all your energy when you're going for history? You're going for a three-peat. Why are you going to go for the first time in the history of the NFL someone could win 3 Super Bowls in a row? Why are you going to waste all your energy every week? That's 17 games, bro. They know because they know when they get to the playoffs, man, they're going to be turned. I say the last 3 weeks of the season, they're going to turn it on.
Yeah.
They're going to turn it on. And I just can't bet against Pat Mahomes, dude. I just can't.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part about them, man. They so confident, bro, is that they, like you say, all through the regular season, they just like, whatever, it's cool. As long as we get to that playoff spot, we don't care who else we going into.
I think that's what's going to come back and bite them. That's going to come back and bite them. That's what you just said. Thinking that they can turn it on.
But the good thing with them, though, is even if Mahomes is off, that defense is so good, man. Like,
and that running game, too.
In that running game. And we're not talking
about your boy back now.
This year.
Pacheco was back,
right?
Yeah.
Give him a couple weeks to get ready.
Yeah, so it's but I didn't think KC would win it last year. They weren't impressive in the regular season last year.
Nope.
At all.
You got to understand when you're champions, all right, there's not a lot you haven't seen, and you know what you can get away with during the regular season. You know, and like I said, they're not going to turn on for the playoffs. No, they're going to turn on for the last 3-4 weeks of the season, warm up. So when the playoffs come, you'll be like,
clicking on all cylinders.
Yes.
So do you think they're going to fit players that last game?
Depends on where they're at. Like if they got a comfortable lead in that West, I know they clinched the playoff spot. I know, so they might.
They lost one game.
You know what? Yes.
They run it and they only got one loss.
They should have home field advantage. They should have home field advantage sold up by now, shouldn't they?
Yeah. They're the first team to clinch the playoff spot, so I see they'll rest some people.
Yeah, I can see it too if they got home field already sold up.
Yeah, because you ain't putting Patty Mahomes out there and have somebody take a cheap shot at him, or just a freak accident in a game when you're already the number one seed. Yeah. You're already the number one seed. You know what I mean? So.
And they were talking about they tackles not that good this year. They tackles are struggling.
So we gonna see Carson Wentz in that last game?
Yes, sir.
Carson Wentz, baby.
Hey, that man keep a job.
Keep a job.
He stay on somebody's roster. It's a different team every year, but he always on the roster.
Hey, his temp agency is amazing.
No, it's facts. Hey, Sean, while we got you on here, I'm gonna go back to the Bears real quick. What record can Thomas Brown do in the next 5 games? Like what? We know if he win all 5, of course, he would be more than likely to end up being a head coach. But what record you think he need to be considered for them to promote him and take the interim title off?
I don't think it's a record. I don't think it's a record only. I think it's a combination of what Angry Man was talking about, which is why I was a little upset. But this is a good audition for him. All right, so if he can get Caleb, now he's down on the field. He ain't in the box anymore. Right. All right. if we see continued improvement by Caleb, okay, and his ability to manage the defense, manage the special teams, manage use proper time management, I think if you win 3 of the 5,
That's what I said.
you might just have to stay with him because continuity. You're gonna have to. He's probably gonna keep Washington as a defensive coordinator, which he's been before. He's calling the plays. Everything else stays the same, and that's the last thing you want to do is for a quarterback is to have, same thing that Justin Fields had, the same thing that Mr. Trubisky had. All right, 2 OCs in 2 years. So I think 2 or 3 wins. But if you see Mahomes, if you see Williams really take off and average, and win, or at least put him in a position to win, I think just 2 or 3 wins, it's not going to take that much. Because don't forget, the Bears, they ain't trying to hire they don't want to hire a vet, all right? Because he's got too much power, he's got too much control. He ain't going to put up on no BS. All right, we want to do it this way. No, I want to do it this way. You know what I mean? You see him hiring Bill Belichick? I'm afraid don't. They're gonna want too much control. They're gonna want to have a lot more personnel. Like you want me to let me tell you what groceries to get. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go get me groceries. Let me tell you what groceries to get so I can cook. I don't think they're gonna go get another one. I think Thomas Brown.
You don't think that's what they need though?
Oh, that's what they need and what they're gonna do are 2 different things.
Okay, I hear you on that.
Hell yeah, that's what they need.
So I didn't play football, Is it going to be hard for Thomas Brown coming out of the upper deck booth and coming on the field and to see the offense the way he can see it from up top?
Yeah, it's a completely different thing. That's why he's in a booth. All right, the best.
Andy Reid, Andy Reid is the only person I see that he got it on lock, no matter what.
Yeah, but let's not forget. People, you can't see it. You got the reason Andy Reid's so good is the people he has up in the box.
Right.
All right. Like he trains those people. Yeah. All right. Here's what I need. Here's what I need you to tell me. Here's what you know what I mean. So Andy Reid, there's no way you can see everything. You can see a lot, but the trained eye you can see maybe
Thomas
more.
Brown's eye in the sky.
That's the question. Is the quarterback coach?
Yeah.
It might be the quarterback coach.
Well,
that's who we have to figure out. Because remember, dude, in a matter of what, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, he's gone from passing game coordinator, offensive coordinator to head coach.
Head coach. Just
right.
Dude, you talk about taking the express.
So what you're saying is, right now, his thought process is who to put up in that eye in the sky.
Well, it's not a typical situation because they fired. Remember, Bears fired 2 coaches the last 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks. So you fired your offensive coordinator and your head coach. So you really reorient. Like you say, you go from passing game coordinator to all the way up to the head coach.
And who does he trust? This is his first year here.
Exactly.
Does he trust Kerry Joseph up there?
Who has he worked directly with to where he can? You know what I mean? I
don't think anybody.
Yeah.
So up until this point, does he trust Kerry Joseph, the quarterback coach?
He may not have a choice.
You're right, but you know what I do? I am okay with this. I didn't like it because I think it's going to take away from the development of Caleb, but also it gives, like I said, it's an audition. The Bears are like, all right, here's a shot for you to be strongly considered at the end of the year. If Caleb continues to progress, if you win a couple games, if you see this team, here's what all I really care about is give me a damn leader. Give me someone who can lead men. I don't give a damn if he's an offensive guy or defense. That's bullshit. Who cares?
Right.
All right. And other people will push back on it, and that's okay. Give me a guy who commands the God blessed room. Give me a guy that you're going to go fight for. You're going to run through a brick wall for, and he'll get because if he's that dude, he'll get coaches that are competent. He'll get coaches that are competent. So I don't care if it's an offensive defensive guy. And I'll tell you what, I really like Thomas Brown. I do. I really do. He's a no-nonsense guy. That's his reputation. He's straight up, no chaser, in your face. And he's won every press conference.
Press conferences.
He's won every press conference. Yes. Yeah. But now and here's the thing. He's backed up everything he said in the press conference. Want to run the ball, we're going to get the ball out of his hands. go be Superman at times. All right, I like what he said, and his words, his actions are linking up or matching up with his words.
Yeah.
And as a football player, how can you not respect that as a coach?
Well, one thing I need him to drill into Caleb's head when he get off on a run. That slip and slide stuff didn't work for him.
Caleb just don't want to
He has some of the most awkward ass slides, and that one going on the sideline, we got hit in the legs.
He got hit in the hip. He got hit in the hip. Everyone was complaining,
right.
he hit in the knee. No, he didn't get hit in the knee. He got hit in the hip.
It's just the way he folded.
It's the way
he folded, yes.
The way he folded and he planted. When he saw dude coming in, when he planted, it looked like that leg kind of wobbled. It kind of looked like lefty legs.
In the words of Keita, you a lie. You a lie.
You got to get out of bounds. See, when he runs, though, that's
right.
the thing that
He got to get out of. He should have been trying to get out of bounds.
Run. If you're going to run, run. If you're not going to run, don't run.
He saw him coming at him. He got to get out of bounds.
Yes.
Too many times to me when he runs, it's like he's looking for somewhere to go down instead of like getting the yards. He's looking for somewhere to like, where can I slide at? Instead of like, he'll slide with a player 5 yards away from him. Like,
yeah, the one where he said midfield, like, bro, there's nobody. If you kept running up the hash, remember he was going up the right hash and then did like a 90-degree turn to the left and slid on midfield. Like, bro, keep running up the hash.
And then he ran out of bounds and he had the ball back here.
He gonna make sure he doesn't take a hit.
Ball, it's where you go out of bounds, right? Instead of having it up like this.
Yep.
Like Sean say, he slid 5 yards ahead of time because he want to make sure there's not a situation where the DB could pull up from hitting him. He gonna make sure he don't get hit.
And he still got hit in the head when he went to the sideline.
Right.
Do y'all would you bring Keenan Allen back?
I like me and Demani was talking about last night. I would bring him back, but it has to be a player friendly deal, bro.
Is that possible?
I mean, team friendly.
Team friendly.
Yeah.
It's
possible.
Because it's going to be 33 years old.
To get a team friendly deal because they threw all that money out there to Moore. I know Moore's younger and all the stuff that Moore do. But Keenan, man, when he catches the ball, when he do make his routes, he's somebody you want on the team.
That move he put on that
was wrong. I think he almost got arrested for that.
Man, I mean,
he almost got arrested for that.
I saw
he could have
stand up in the crowd.
That move.
That's the football equivalent of a crossover.
Man,
ankle breaker.
That was a straight KG veteran move, man.
You got to you got to see what the market's going to be for him first.
Right.
Like, see what the market's going to be for him. I don't see any team, especially with all the young, fast receivers coming out of college.
And his age.
I just don't see nobody breaking the bank. Now, if he just want to go, but I think.
So what if the market is high? What if the market is high for him out there? Do the Bears match it?
The market won't be high because of his age. That's the one thing. He's not a burner. He never was really a burner. All right, his thing is third downs and getting open. The market ain't going to be high for him. And I think it's also how Kerry Joseph develops Caleb. Because if Kerry Joseph develops Caleb, I think he might want to stay. I think he might want to stay.
Clicking more than him and Moore. Caleb's reports better than him and Moore.
Yeah, that don't get me started on that one. Why are you going to Roma Duzzi on the final play instead of DJ Moore? DJ Moore is $100 million man.
I've been saying that for 6 weeks now.
Did y'all know this too? And TB brought it up and do on ESPN too. On that last play, Rome slowed up.
He did.
If Rome would have ran through that route like he was supposed to.
Rome has slowed up several times.
On that last play, Rome looked almost like Caleb. Like he slowed up on purpose because he knew he was going to get hit.
He did look like he could have got it. And I have a theory that a lot of people don't like. I had somebody call me out in a podcast yesterday, but fuck them. I think Caleb did it on purpose. All right, I think because there's no reason you can't tell me that a quarterback who has accomplished all he's accomplished, doesn't realize to call a timeout, doesn't realize to run the play. All right, it changes the play. Like, why do you change the play with 16 seconds left? The whole thing was to run it again. Go back and run the play again. He contradicts himself, saying we didn't have enough time to get a field goal. Like, yeah, you do. You have a timeout.
Right, you got a timeout, right?
And that's why I think if you look at the way at Eberflus, and I think this is why Eberflus had that look on his face, because I think he realized he just got screwed over by Caleb, because everyone was back at the line at 16 seconds. You could have snapped it with 12 seconds. No play is going to take more than 6 seconds. Doesn't matter. Timeout. And if it was kind of a win-win, in my opinion, it was a win-win for Caleb, because if you let what happened, then everybody's going to go on Flus. They fire him. All right. Or if he hits that touchdown on Rome, well, now Caleb's a comeback kid, and it's
the conspiracy theory, huh?
Yes.
I was just finna say that, Damani. I was like, Sean pulled out the X-Files on this one.
Hey, it is amazing that the OC got promoted to head coach right after it happened. Like, let's sabotage this.
Sean,
the only thing,
AKA Stabler.
Don't.
Wait.
Although I do think Cliff will be
Tutuola.
Oh, the thin, baby. Oh, the thin.
I do think Cliff Kingsbury is a strong connect. I think they might say, okay, it's either Thomas Brown or Cliff Kingsbury, because if you see the way Cliff really handled and coached and developed Jaden Daniels, imagine if he's back with a guy that he's familiar with. You know what I mean? So,
but Jaden coming down to earth though now.
Well, you get tape on people. They get paid too. Defenses get paid too.
Everybody, just like CJ Stroud. They got tons of tape on them. So it's there, even though that O-line ain't shit, you got tons of tape to watch and figure them out.
Well, that's what scares me with Kingsbury. It was the same thing in Arizona. He got Kyler Murray off to a hot start, but then
everybody got up on Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray.
All you knew they put their hands up. Kyler Murray's 5'2".
Yeah, that part too.
And keep him inside that pocket.
Well, then we found out he don't study film or read the playbook. So.
Kyler Murray about what? Joe McCants or DY height?
Damn. But a lot more athletic. Keep that.
Yes.
Those are facts.
I don't know, man. I'm still on the whole. You know, I'm with you. So I want a leader. I don't care what side of the ball it is. I don't want to get so caught up into this hiring the next play caller.
It's got to be an offensive guy. Got to be an offensive. No. Give me the next leader.
I don't like that mindset, and everybody got it. I don't know what Ben Johnson's going to be. I think Aaron Glenn may end up being a better head coach.
And tell him he the hairless monster we chasing.
He called you Andrew Scully.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he the hairless alien we chasing.
Old Gant. Yeah, I guess. So actually, I like. If you want to go one, if I had my choice between a Glenn and Johnson, I would lean more towards Aaron Glenn.
I do too, because he sets the tone. He said, I don't know what kind of guy Ben Johnson is. He seems like a kind of nice guy. We just got done with a nice guy. Did we just fire that guy? Then we asked the last nice guy who called plays to coach us harder, and that was just what happened a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? Give me a dude, and that's why Thomas Brown really intrigues me, because he's got that aura, that persona. Like, he's no nonsense. He's straight. He's straight up, and I appreciate that. I love it. I love it. And again, if he can manage all these other things they just put on his plate, 'cause remember, his only thing was just developing Caleb. Now he's got defense, special teams, time management, timeouts, challenges, got all that shit. Practice, setting up meetings with the staff, with the players, getting all the other stuff together. That's a lot of stuff that you don't realize. If he can handle that, we might have our head coach in the building. Tomlin didn't come out. I mean, Tomlin didn't start his rookie season as a veteran. You know what I mean? You started rookie season as a coach, as a rookie. Yeah. But he's got an audition. So we'll see.
So with that being said, back to your conspiracy theory, has Thomas Brown been setting this up for a couple of weeks now? Could they have already kind of been like just setting up the dominoes? Like, okay,
So you saying him and Caleb had secret meetings talking about this? Is that what
it could have been him and Poles. Now
Like this, Pat.
it's a story. It's a story out there that said McCaskey was, what was the last home game? Was it the Vikings? The Vikings. They said McCaskey was walking around the tailgate thing.
Yeah, they said he's walking around
and was telling people no change is coming soon.
Yeah, I saw. I took a picture of him when I got there. When I got to the game. He was at the. I'll upload it. Yeah, bro. He was at the tailgate. He was walking around, and I was just like, "Oh, okay." There's our.
They say he told the report was he told a bunch of fans like, "No, change is coming real soon."
Yeah, the way
when Poles didn't make a move at the deadline, kind of told me something because he made a move every year. Like he didn't. They didn't even make calls. So that kind of told me Poles gave up on Flus weeks ago. Yeah. He was letting them buy his time.
I can go with him.
He had to wait for Virginia to give him the okay.
No, I think Poles kind of this. I think after the Patriots game, he was done regardless. It was just if he was going to finish the season. They were talking about this for weeks, this Detroit game, because it's a mini bye. Mm-hmm. And if they'd have had to buy a little later on this year, this year's one of their earliest buys, I think, ever. They'd have had to buy a little later on. Like that, I think that was the plan.
Okay, here's him when I was after Soldier Field Sunday. Yeah. Last Sunday. I walked by like, oh shit, there's George. Yeah.
I thought, well, it looked like he trying to get his dirt bag on.
I was like, listen, bro, you're a multi-billionaire. Why the hell are you taking people's food?
Right.
Why you going eating off people? You know what I'm saying? Bring some shit.
Hot links and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like these people work hard for the money. You don't.
Hey man, he used to eating escargot and stuff like that. He down in the trenches. So
Sean said you can have a tailgate for everybody in the stadium and it wouldn't even hurt your pockets.
I'm saying.
Ain't a McCaskey and the family gonna grill like them people at that tailgate, baby.
Right. He ain't had a broth like that. Like salt and seasoning.
He's out there every week. At least ask the hey, okay, well, here's some money. Where can I get it? I'll bring the brats next week. Bring some, you know what I'm saying? Except going out there, you're charging us to get in. You're charging these people to get in the place. If there's season ticket holders, they got to pay PSL. They have the season tickets and parking, and you're taking their food. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, when he walked to the stadium, I walk right with him. He'll look up. I've been in the box with him.
I'm with George.
I've seen him downtown a few times. He walks around by himself. Everybody know who he is. He just kind of walk around like he ain't got no security or nothing. He's just that type of dude. He speak to everybody. Hi, hey, and you know.
Yeah. He's a nice dude. I've spoken with him a couple times. Mm-hmm. But he's a fan. He's a fan. Remember, I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator.
Right.
And stop making decisions.
Right.
Stop influence if you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Well, we went over the top 4 quarterbacks in the AFC. Might as well do it in the NFC. Same way. Right? So you got Hurts, your boy Damani, that made you eat crow, golf. Now you get now here come the drop off.
He's still eating that crow.
You got Kirk Cousins at Atlanta, and they 6-5, and then you got our boy from Seattle,
Gino,
they 6-5. Huge drop off once you get to the South and the West, but
that's a shitty group. Shitty group to choose from.
Yeah, it's a shitty group to choose from. But who's going to the chip? Who's going to the NFC chip?
You never thought you would have been saying Gino's name in sentences like that
at all, right? Or for me, Jared Goff either. But I mean, Detroit is still the best team in the NFC to me. I know the Philly coming up, but I see a lot of flaws in Hurts' game. I like Jalen Hurts a lot, but if the game on the line with those 4, I would, surprisingly though, I would put it in Kirk Cousins' hand. If I need a touchdown to win a game between the four of y'all, before you just put out there, it'll be Kirk Cousins.
Well, it ain't the offense in Atlanta. It's that defense.
Yeah, that's true.
But can Kirk Cousins win a shootout?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
Because if he can,
Yeah.
if you think he can,
if he can win a shootout, and you know he the shootout king.
But out of that group, I think he can. Out of that group, he could be the one to win a shootout. I'll take him over Hurts and Goff and Geno.
You're taking him over Goff right now, though, with the numbers.
Yeah, Goff's playing well. But
here's the 5 interceptions too, though.
The one thing that he's, except for that 5 interception game, the one thing he's done is cut down on the turnovers. Granted that one game in 5, but see, sometimes you get better by doing less. All right, addition by subtraction. You start subtracting those turnovers, you become a much better quarterback. And Goff just doesn't lose games anymore. Okay, again, except for the outlier. So it's tough, man. And he's got some stud receivers too, man. It ain't just him. He'll throw it up there. Jameson Williams will go get it. I'm on Ross St. Brown, the tight end who had like 6 touchdowns against us yesterday and or 2 days ago. Like, damn.
St. Brown.
He's only 6'7". How the hell you miss him?
St. Brown is this man. Boy, lost St. Brown on there. I wouldn't doubt him.
Well, which one got a platinum membership with FanDuel? Is it Williamson or St. Brown?
Williamson.
One of them can't stop gambling.
Remember, Williams was suspended the first 4 games last year for gambling.
Okay, one of them can't stop gambling.
Yeah. Yep,
but Goff also got the best O-line in the league too. I mean, let's give him that. I mean, that O-line it's a lot. And they went out there to tackle against the Bears, and we still really couldn't get to him. He's not a mobile guy.
No, not at all.
He's not mobile. And if you remember the play when he scrambled left, he just slid. He didn't even try to throw it or nothing. He slid. Sweat was nowhere near him. He just went down. So pushing him to his left is probably the key to him throwing Goff off his game a little bit.
I have a stat. I have information that leads, which shows exactly why Detroit is where they are. I'm looking for it. I'll pull it up. I shouldn't have said nothing off the bat, but it's the breakdown of the offensive lines. What rounds all the NFC North teams are, their offensive line, what rounds were each person drafted in. And Detroit has 3 first-rounders. 3 first-round draft picks on an offensive line. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Here
we got one, right? We got one in right.
One. Here, I just got it. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Here we go. There you go. There we go.
And the Vikings first round? I didn't know that. Left tackle, center.
And look at the Bears. 5th round, 2nd round, Tevinjenkins, undrafted. 3rd round on the right guard, and 1 first rounder. And then you wonder why the Lions are running through everybody. And you wonder why the Vikings have the 2nd best record. 2 first rounders, 3 second rounders.
Wow.
But our boy, say that again. Our boy, Ryan Poles, former offensive lineman, won't invest in offensive linemen. He wants to go get people off the scrap heap.
And the one that said that he believed in the trenches.
Yeah, we are. I feel very confident about this group this year. Come on, man.
Well, that was being hopeful.
Yep. But look at that, dude. 3 first rounders, bro. Jesus Christ.
We did a lot of that too. What we talked about earlier with just culture. We knew what was going on with Nate Davis. I know you have the little family thing that kind of threw him off, and they said he always had bad practice habits, but that didn't stand out in Tennessee under Vrabel. You know
no,
what
it
I mean?
did. It came. That was the one thing that when he came.
It came out, but it wasn't a deterrent to the team. The way
It wasn't a deterrent
here. And the same with as good as we thought Shane Waldron was coming in, no one realized that he was somewhat of a punk. And I ain't want to use the PUSSY word, but we didn't realize that because he was under Pete Carroll.
Exactly. I didn't put that together because Pete Carroll was behind him.
Right. He had Pete Carroll. No, we didn't realize that all we were thinking was he brought Geno Smith career back on point and he was a great hire. But when Eberflus kind of just gave him the ball, let him run with it, you saw what happened. It was a complete shit show. It was probably worse than Getsy's run.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but they're comparable.
I mean,
they're comparable.
I mean, players wasn't calling Getsy out the way they was calling out Waldron. Talking about having meetings, coach us
harder. Yeah, they
coach harder and all that. That's culture, man.
Okay, so you know what? Yeah, maybe you're right. I think I can go with you on that one. That it's worse. Yeah. I mean, how do you do that? This is the alpha sport of alpha sports. You're dealing with nothing but alpha males. You got to be able to get them to buy in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
so
unfortunate.
So when you got that head coach, you know, they got his hand in on everything. Like, that's not flying. You don't hear the stories we've heard this year. You don't hear those stories
from anyone else.
Organizations that like, you don't hear those stories in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got rid of Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Chase Claypool. They got rid of some very good players, and like they don't play. Like,
and they still make the playoffs.
And they still make the playoffs. And they didn't been through millions of coordinators, all of them. John Harbaugh, so I'm not really concerned about a play caller. I want that dude.
Mm-hmm.
That when you come in, you're gonna adopt a culture. Brady had 5 or 6 coordinators.
Yeah, but he had that coach, like you said, the one.
But Belichick's a defensive dude. But saying all the coordinators he didn't have.
But he ran the team, like you said. He was over the team. He ran the team.
Yeah.
Here's
Bill O'Brien, Weiss. Yeah.
So the way it's looking like the NFC is gonna get 3 teams into the playoffs, huh?
The North,
our division, yeah. This was reported the other day, and this is allegedly, and per Adam Johns from The Athletic, it said Jalen Johnson went crazy post game, quoting one Bears player. Another player said that he was, quote, going off at the former head coach. The locker room was lost, and Eberflus had to remove himself immediately following his post game team message. Per Adam Johns.
Oh wow.
So, hey, I'll tell you what, bro. The last 3 when I was at the games, because they got a cooling off period before they let us in to interview him and talk to him, right? Bro, we're waiting, and you just see people coming out. Like we walk in, they're literally less than half the players were in there, in the locker room when they opened it up to the press. Less than half. Everyone was just out, just walking out like I'm out.
So he pretty much been lost the locker room.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think and now he lost it in Washington. That was a game. And everything else, it was a snowball effect. Because I said, I hope Washington doesn't beat us twice. And they ended up beating us 3 times, 3 in a row, and then kept going. Yeah, it's
on and on and on and on.
On and on and on and on.
I mean, at the end of the day. So let's think about, we talked about the quarterbacks, the NFC and the AFC. So, I mean, it's clearly the AFC quarterback grouping is hands above
the rest.
The NFC. Now, that means going into when they got to play in the Super Bowl. Advantage AFC. Even though we're saying the Lions the best team, probably the best team in the league right now. But going into a Super Bowl situation where you're going up against those guys.
It depends. Lions, Chiefs, I'll give the advantage to the Chiefs because the Chiefs got that defense too, and you got that guy named Patrick something or other. That's pretty good. So depends on who it is, because Buffalo, maybe Lamar. I'd favor. Because Buffalo got that defense, you got that run game, King Henry.
Yeah, with Baltimore, yeah.
So if they got good offenses and good defense.
Detroit struggles with mobile quarterbacks. They struggled with Justin Fields last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to agree with Sean there. It really depends on who it is. Like we said, defense wins game. When it comes down, if the quarterback is going to be the X factor, it's always going to be hard to go against Patty Mahomes, bro, because we've seen him do it time and time again.
Would you agree when San Fran and KC met? They met twice, right? They played each other twice in the Super Bowl, I believe. Yeah, Purdy, Alex Smith won some Purdy the other time, right?
Right.
Yeah, they played twice. And I actually thought both times San Fran talent-wise was
on
probably
paper should have been better.
Was better. But the factor was Mahomes, like Smith missed that long pass, that throw. Purdy was just kind of Purdy, but you just had a better quarterback.
Yeah.
So come down to going for that trophy. I think the AFC got the advantage, man, regardless of what.
I think so too. Look at Jerome, the defense.
He said the defense finally get you where you go.
Yeah, the run.
He had a runner, had the runs, one or the other.
One of them. Hey, he wouldn't be back this fast if he had them runs.
That's the truth.
Count your days, Gandy. Count your days.
Yeah, I guess I gotta. You know what? Here's what I hate to say, and I never thought I'd say this in my entire life, but at this stage of the game, I think Detroit is the best team in the NFL.
Hands down.
Hands down. I agree with you.
All three phases.
Yeah. Yeah, they got that punt returner, kick returner too.
Yeah, that special teams is good too.
All three phases.
Field goal kick miss one against Thursday was his first miss.
Yeah.
His first miss.
And I was having the last laugh, and everyone was laughing at Dan Campbell talking about biting kneecaps. And now what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody thought he was nuts. So,
but Campbell changed that culture, man. They were the lovable losers for decades.
Just what you talked about, Lucky. Exactly what you talked about.
And that's why I see the Bears heading that direction, being lovable losers, just finding ways to lose. Just like we at the point as fans, we hoping they don't blow it. Like I found myself even in the few games they won, like, please don't F this up. Like please don't mess it up, you know.
Yeah. No, it's because we know our history. We know it's just we know. We've been burned far too many times. You know, we snatched defeat from the jaws of victory far too many times.
Even in that Rams game when Stafford had the ball, that last drive, luckily they sacked him or intercepted whatever it was. Stafford got the ball. I was like, oh, here we go. You know, like shit.
Heartbreak after heartbreak.
Yeah. Once you see certain quarterbacks that have proven that 2-minute drill ain't shit.
Yeah.
You all like, yeah.
Well, plus it's just the Bears. Like it's like you said, that's what we've grown to as fans. Like,
but you know what?
About two or three scores. If it's too close, we're gonna find a way to mess it up.
But you know what? Caleb Williams is showing that the 2-minute drill, he's very comfortable in it. Yeah, he's very comfortable in it, and it doesn't seem to fade. That moment isn't too big for him, you know. And now we just need to make sure that our defense. I mean, because he had a game-winning drive against the Redskins, that dumb stuff. I had a game-winning drive against the Packers, that dumb stuff. You know what I mean? So I mean, and then he's done it going into halves as well. Yeah, he's led teams into field goals at half. So this guy, you know.
Sean, you got my mind turning with the whole
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was wild, man. I can't get them 36 seconds out of my head, man. It damn near ruined my Thanksgiving, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just like,
and then you listen to them, and you know when someone's lying or making shit up when they say the same thing over and over again. Okay. All right, not Tommy two-time. And
that's
if you listen,
that's like Gandy. We know he always lying.
If you listen to his go back and watch his press conference. All right, the post-game presser. 4 times he talked about getting the receivers back. I got to get them back. I was trying to get those guys back. The receivers had to come back. 4 times he mentioned that. Bro, they were back at the line at 16 seconds. 16 seconds, everybody's at the line, right? You know, they may adjust it or something. But even at 12 seconds, you still could have snapped the ball, got a play off. All right. You had the timeout. The middle of the field's wide open. Beep, timeout, 4 seconds, whatever.
And it's not like this is Caleb's second or third game. This is game 12. And yeah, I'm Sean, I'm with you, Ben. Sean got me on my Law and Order shit right now. Like,
I mean, go back. He on that Criminal Minds shit.
Right. CSI. I'm like,
he watches body language, watches the way he speaks, the way he repeats himself over and over again. Like, when someone's trying to tell you a story, man, over and over and over. Like, dude, you just said that 5 times. You just said that 3 times, man. I get you. You know, so what are you trying to say? Or what are you hiding? Yeah. Well, and bottom line, it worked for him.
They should have put Caleb in the box and said, "So you bought the beer at 10 o'clock."
No, they should have put him in that cage with a Voight on Chicago PD. Voight get you in that cage.
Hey, once you get in that cage, it's over with.
Hey,
you're not going to book me?
You're not going to
book me? I'm not gonna go. No,
why I'm down here? Oh, you finna get that work.
Like, why am I in this basement with no cameras? Like, what?
Why do you have brass knuckles in your hand?
Right. Why you got gloves on?
Michigan, Ohio State, 10-10. Hey, if Ryan Day lose this game, I don't care what he do. His ass may be fired.
Man, the boosters will get on him.
Guess what? He gonna be with Flus.
And with Flusy hanging out.
Hey, we had under 30 minutes left, man. I did want to throw out Derrick Henry, Saquon. Do they have a shot at getting an MVP? Because we ain't had a running back win MVP since AP.
Saquon should. I like Derrick Henry too, what he's doing, but what Saquon's doing in Philly, man, is ridiculous. Like, I get it. Like, somebody made a point about if y'all just gonna give it to quarterbacks, then just make it a position thing, like quarterback of the year or something like that. But what Saquon's doing, man, and Jalen's not having a great year. Jalen Hurts is not having a great year.
Right, he doesn't need to have a great year.
Right.
Saquon took that pressure off of him, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
talking about taking pressure off somebody. Come on. He had 300 yards by himself for the team. That's crazy.
And that's why. And again, this is why when you have an opportunity to build a team, you build a team. And I get Jalen Hurts hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. I get Lamar Jackson hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. But if they win a Super Bowl, that's why everyone was so frustrated when Lamar couldn't get past Patrick Mahomes. All right, and they're like, oh, man. And remember the whole Justin thing? Like, all right, if Lamar can get to the Super Bowl and win it, then you got a shot with a running quarterback. But, man, when you get picks, when you get draft picks.
Putting them in the right, putting them draft picks in the right, not just for a need, you putting them in the right place, man, because Philly defense is still holding them down.
Yeah.
Holding them down. It's just like adding Saquon. I know he's a human highlight reel, but goddamn, the kid is special. Now that's a generational talent right there. If you're going to put that moniker on somebody, that's who you put it on.
Yeah. His lateral movement at a guy his size is insane. His lateral movement is almost not there. It's almost comparable to Barry's. This is because Barry was shorter and he was shorter, a lot closer to the ground. But Saquon, his lateral movement, I mean, man, we've seen him jump back. We saw that at Penn State. That's where he first got noticed. It
was just like, who is this kid?
That nutcracker drill.
He's not gonna do that in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we saw him do that in the league. No, man. We see him do this in the league. Not done it. Do it. So, and the cool part about it is, I think it's making a resurgence for the running back position, because you got a lot of good running backs who are really, Christian McCaffrey kind of started it All right, but then Saquon took it to another level. Derrick Henry's taking that mantra as well. So, I think it's going to be a lot more. I think the running back position is going to be more in vogue and be more of a factor moving forward. I hope it is, being a former running back.
Tennessee came back at the half, they 17-10 over Vandy. I thought that was going to be a trap game, but
Clemson and South Carolina tied up 7-7.
Yeah, rivalry week. You see, what's the Illinois Northwestern doing?
They ain't got to that game yet.
Okay.
They showing highlights right now. But man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would love to see Saquon get that MVP.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, they said technically if he breaks Barry Sanders, not Barry, whose record is that?
Barry, 26-28. 26-28, 2,628 yards.
They said if he break that, it's a lock then.
Sorry, between the mimosas and this bladder.
What I'm just curious, what is this old happy day about, man?
Flu's getting fired.
Flu's is fired.
Okay.
Oh, happy day.
And he
Gandy, I just checked the score. Thank you, brother. 21-10.
Just
Illinois.
over there too.
And Lefty was watching Sister Act.
What?
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Hey, that's a classic. Number one, that's a classic.
That it is.
Be respectful.
She was like, no, come on up here. Oh, happy days.
So with Sean's Law and Order episode, did Flus get fleeced? Does that say?
Why did you gave it a name? Sean didn't give it no name at first.
I get it. You know they had
That's a good title. Episode title. That's a great one.
It is.
Flus got fleeced.
Hey, that's a T-shirt.
Yeah. That's episode 26, season 24.
Flus get fleeced.
Flus get fleeced. So, but what does that say about the front office? To where if they had to do that just to, I think that says a lot about your front. I think that's a black eye on polls. If you had to, and they said players had went to them and wanted Flus fired in previous weeks. So was that like them for them to have to take a stand like that? Is that show a weakness on his side, or
Yeah, and it does. And the thing that no one's ever talked about, except I've only heard it once in the score, is no one's ever talked about the guy who's pulling all the strings, the puppet master, and that's Trace Armstrong, because they're all his clients. They're all his clients. All right, and he got him in there, and I believe Thomas Smith is one of his clients. Okay, and so this front office, just for whatever reason, just can't get out of their own way. They make poor decisions. All right, Ryan Poles, I can't believe that he's at the offensive line position deteriorate and not be one of the strongest, seeing that he was a former offensive lineman. So the front office, look at all the poor things that he's done. And we're gonna say that the DJ Moore signing was good, and it was. But man, look at all the poor decisions, the free agent signings, the Chase Claypool, the Nate Davis, the trade,
the Bayless Jones.
Bayless Jones, thank you. Bayless Jones Jr.
Third round pick.
You know what I mean? Like they're all these different things, and the refusal to address the offensive line and going in free agency. No, how about you draft them? That's funny. That's SBU 24, season 24, episode 7. Flus got fleeced. That's
and
classic.
he set it up. He leaving out of the stadium and somebody coming.
I mean, you can even now that we know Jaquan Briscoe's concussion history, was that a good pick? He was a second-round pick with his concussion history.
The one thing that he refused to get dogs. He ain't got no dogs, and he's so worried about the locker room and everything, and that could be coming up from upstairs. But man, like, why wouldn't you like? Because Jalen Carter is looking a hell of a lot better than Gervon Dexter.
Go back.
And Gervon Dexter looked good last year,
right? That was 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
No, that's the one he took Donnell Wright though. He took Wright over Jalen Carter.
But who would you have? Who would you rather have right now?
Nah, not right.
Last year I would have said Darnell Wright. Right now I would say Jalen Carter. But Wright's been hurt all year too.
And he seems like he's regressed too.
Yeah, he hasn't been healthy all year. He came in with, I'm gonna throw this out of you.
I got it. He came in with same symptoms you have.
With a back issue. He came in the season with a back issue.
Right.
Go ahead, Pat.
I already had it.
That was an easy one there.
Yeah, I was coming with it. It was on its way.
He had pewitis.
He gave it a name. Larry Bird had it before me.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Bird had it before me.
The Larry Bird back.
Yeah, Larry Bird had to retire because of his back. Shit.
Well, didn't you?
Whoa.
You know what? I will curse you out, but you're telling the truth.
Where's
the
lie?
I can't deny that. You're right.
No lie was told.
No lie was told. Now, my bad. I didn't mean to throw you out to Saquon. No, I think Saquon deserves MVP, man. Where would Philly be without him right now?
They probably ain't be in the playoff race.
Like without him, Jalen has gone backwards since the Super Bowl, man. I don't know. They said he had a knee issue or whatever.
Well, you remember he was banged up. He was banged up.
Yeah. AJ Brown been banged up.
Devontae Smith been out. He been in and out.
Yeah, it's been a whole rotation of them in and out. They haven't played.
They tight end was out for a couple of games too, wasn't he?
Right, Jason Kelce retired. He was the captain of the O-line.
That was big for them.
That was huge.
Yeah. That was huge.
Yeah.
You know, he's slapping phones out of people's hands now.
Hey, but he's funny on TV, man. I mean, he's funny. Man.
He is hilarious.
He is.
Yeah, but I think everyone would have done the same thing when you're talking about his brother, saying his brother's the F word and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, and that's the problem with a lot of people. They just don't have any respect, and they think they can talk to anybody any way they want. Like you talk about someone's, you know what I mean? Like you talked about his brother dating Taylor Swift, and again use the homophobic slur, the F word. It's like, come on, man. What do you want the dude to do? You know what I mean? And like, and it's. And I know he had to apologize for corporate reasons because now he's in that special club. He's doing all those commercials and got the, but man, I would love for somebody to say, look, that's not America. You don't come up and talk about people's family or say something and be disrespectful and not expect to get smacked in the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you know what? And if you don't like it, too bad, because you're not going to sit there.
That's the social media thumb thug society.
That's the cancel culture. The cancel culture.
That's what that is. You think you can just say anything you want and won't nobody see you.
That's same energy.
I watched an old interview of Allen Iverson, and the reporter was saying something, and he was like, "You ever played? I don't even know you as a basketball player," because they was asking him what his is he gonna be over 45%. That's when he was like, "Man, that's up to God. Have you ever played? And the old boy was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well."
AI.
Prove it.
The real AI.
AI was classic on his interviews, man.
Yeah.
Classic. We talking about practice?
It's the same thing when we talk about what was happening in the stands, man, with fans getting attacked and stuff like that, man. You can't just. And like you said, you in the stands and somebody talking about your brother, talking crazy. Yeah. Now I bet you know who won't have that problem is the Joker, because his brothers goons.
Oh. His brothers will take care of that quick, fast, in a hurry.
Goons,
man.
And people think, like, don't forget, like everybody thinks that because you're from America that you're tough and things like that. These are people come from war-torn countries. These are people come from, you know what I'm saying? Where they're worried about missiles coming in your house and and landmines and shit like that, and women and kids getting blown up and shot. I mean, you talk about a different level of discipline and of anger and rage. Man,
learning how to shoot at 6 years old. Like,
yeah.
As soon as you can hold a gun, they teach you how to shoot. Man, it's different. It's different. You be in the Denver stands, you be like, Joker ain't.
Yeah, okay.
That's just like
you gotta look around.
That's just like the boxing brothers.
Wait a minute.
The Klitschko brothers, the boxers.
Oh yeah.
Look what they had.
Yeah.
They over there right now in war with Russia. They on the front lines, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
These people ain't had it like we have it. So you got to be cool. Watch your mouth.
Now, I will say 2 brothers that's about that life though is the Morris brothers.
They're about that life, but guess what?
The Morris twins.
They ain't want no smoke.
Twins.
They didn't want no smoke with the Joker brothers.
No, they did back down.
Yeah, they ain't want that smoke with them.
You see how big them boys is, man? Shit.
Dude, they're like 6'7", 6'8". Both of them, like
Joker, the baby brother.
Right. That lets you know
big he is.
how they was probably whooping on his ass.
Right.
When he was growing up.
and only we can do that. You cannot do that.
And Joker ain't no punk.
Right.
Like Joker ain't no punk.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't just finna bow him and all that. Joker don't play either. So that family probably, they old man probably 6'8", had them tossing head 3 years old, all type of crazy shit.
And their mama probably 6'8".
Dad,
Wrestling bulls and shit.
The mom.
the auntie, the mom, they all 6'8".
Mom was 6'1".
Hey,
The shortest person in the family is probably grandma. She probably about 5'5".
They family gatherings they move all the furniture out the way and put a mattress in the middle of the floor. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Hey, Gandy, can Olin Cruz coach? Bears need a coach like him. Now they'll probably only offer him $15 an hour like they did before.
Yeah, he said they played him. Right. They played Olin.
Wow.
But just imagine him as an O-line coach.
Olin might hit somebody though. Olin's
Yes.
kind of crazy, man. Olin little nuts.
Dude, he choked the dude at CHGO.
Yeah.
He choked Adam Hogue at CHGO because he was talking shit.
Didn't he beat Fred Miller with a weight or something?
And I think he knocked the hell out. I think he's beat. I don't know if he hit him with a weight, but I know he beat the dog snout out of him.
Yeah.
Busted his jaw.
Fred Miller's a big dude.
Yeah.
He was a big dude, man.
I think that was one of the reasons they cut him in New Orleans because he went out. He said something, or he got some. Drew Brees said something that he didn't like, and he went out. He said something back to Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And you can't touch the franchise.
Yeah, you got to go now, bro.
You can't touch the mayor of the city.
Aloha.
He's untouchable. He's untouchable.
Aloha. Yeah, dude. That's what I heard. I was like, man, dude. I'm like, Olin's not the dude to mess with, bro.
Hey, Ben, what Sly say? You said something to Olin? You said something to Brees? You fired.
Yeah.
Right.
Time to go.
But that's the type of leader that you need. That's the type, answer my question. Who's the leader on this team?
Yeah, and that's the thing about it.
Offense or defense?
You can't point to one person and say that's the leader.
Yeah. You can't. There's nobody.
Because Sweat isn't a vocal guy.
No, he's not a vocal guy.
He's kind of
Montez?
more yeah, he's more of he just like with his play. He talks with his play. He's not a.
He ain't been talking much.
Dude. Yeah, but he been hurt all year too.
Yeah, that chin kick. It's got to be a son of a gun.
Yeah,
I need Caleb to stop going to the bench and hanging his head. I need him to watch some Peyton Manning, some Tom Brady. Go over and chew out your offensive line. Go over there and chew out.
That goes back to what we were just talking about. Leadership. If you have when you see him over there with his head down, me and Damani said this clear as day. They had that bad game. He was over there by himself, just like everybody else walked away from the boy.
That was the Patriots game. That was the Patriots game.
He's still a rookie.
Yeah. You even see, I know I give shit to Patrick Mahomes, but he goes over there to that sideline and he will get in their ass.
But the question is, where's your Keenan Allen? Keenan's a vet in this league. Like, where's those cats?
Hey, left.
I think he was tuned out with Eberflus, bro. I think he was done he was just out. Like Eberflus,
his haircut take everything away. You can't come over and yell at me with that.
With the George Jefferson.
Keenan Allen was supposed to be one of the main people that was supposed to be there to give him that leadership, run that big brother type role too, bro.
Come on, man, Pat. If he come to you yelling at you, then you be like, man, go to the barber.
Right.
I'm gonna say, man, you better go ask Damani for some nair, buddy.
Dude, he got that George Jefferson hairdo, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, he do. His was more like Homie the Clown, though.
Hey, let me tell you who a close second. Taylor Horton Tucker on the Bulls.
Yes.
Hey, what the hell is going on with his hair?
Well,
dude, you went to Simeon. You know you got to have barbers. You got to know some
get
barbers.
up out of here. He need to go somewhere else so he won't be stopping at Harold's every night. Because he look like he go to Harold's every night.
I'm just gonna start calling them Patches because I can't think of no other name for him.
Patches? Come on, man.
At least Keenan got it clean up in the middle. Jalen shit is Taylor Horton shit is all over the place. I don't know what's going on, man.
He has a W. He has a W at the front.
I think Keenan Allen got that haircut where it's like New Edition shagged in the back.
I don't know.
Was he from Detroit?
What?
Was he from Detroit? He's from the West Coast. He's from Detroit.
I'm just saying, man. That's all. I know he. Come on, man.
He ain't Big Meech. Come on, man.
He got to do better, man. He got to do better.
Somebody got to be clowning. Hey, man, what you doing, dog? What you trying to do?
Right.
What you hold on to dear life? Like it ain't.
They need to be like what was your boy with all the kids? His movie Drumline. Take them in a room. That's all you hear. And let's go.
Hey, on next week's show, we're gonna put a poll up for the worst headdo, Keenan Allen and Horton Tucker. Who gonna win?
Horton Tucker.
And the award gonna be some golden clippers. We're gonna take some gold clippers and make it a trophy, and that's gonna be the award.
Hey, he went to Simeon, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I can say what you said. Clippers just give him a package of Gillette. Here's a
Right.
Gillette. I stopped at the flea market and I got you a 30-pack. Here you go, dog. It's the last 2 years.
Blades. 5 blades.
With engraved, let it go.
And we got you some Arrow gel so you won't have no breakouts.
Hey, man. Hey, this show went kind of quick today, man. We got a couple minutes left, man. So it's time to do our parting shots. Hey, PG, third, Smoke Fella, I'm gonna let you go first, man.
Hey, man, again, just want to thank everybody for tuning in, who tuned in. Gandhi, it's good to hear from you, man. It's better to hear from you than to see you. I just want to let you know that, too. And we need to bring up Mr. Hilton on some kind of charges. DY with his daughter, though.
Damn.
I mean, we just seen him last night, man. No excuses. We just talked about it last night, didn't we, Demond?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Old Kyrie Louder.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good name for him.
I'm gonna call and check up on Kev. He usually come on the show at some point.
Hey, left.
I'm surprised he didn't come on at halftime like, my fault, man.
Yeah.
I was asleep.
Well, you know, he always say, man, I was up and then I fell back to sleep.
He never got up this time.
It was going left last night. But hey, man, thanks everybody for tuning in. Next Saturday, Eduardo Limon, SmokeFellas annual gag gift exchange, our holiday party, man. Come on out, 3721 South Trail Road. We're going from 7 p.m. to 7 to 1 or 7 to 2, something like that. But it's always a good time, a lot of fun. We're just trying to have fun for the holidays, man. And I hope everybody happy Thanksgiving. Hey, happy belated birthday to Gandhi, man. Gandhi's hilarious. Happy belated birthday, bro.
Don't forget gag gift.
But gag gift, man. Bring a gag gift, man. Nothing expensive. Good $10 to $20 little gag gift, man. Like you said, it's a good time. So we're looking forward to it. And man, be safe. Holiday season and stay warm. Goddamn, the winter is here.
Man, it is here. For sure it's here. But the gag gifts, y'all don't understand the stuff that come out of these bags and boxes, man. It's ridiculous.
I got one this year.
You know what? I had one on deck, man, but I can't remember what it is. So I gotta think because I had a good one.
It came from Amazon yesterday, and I hope Joe McCants get it.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking about him when I ordered it.
What you got on some lifts? Some stilettos.
Wow.
Hey, on that note, as I always say every week,
some
man,
lightning cream.
Where there's smoke,
There's
fellas, man.